Cocky aliens anger human, pay the price. Humans had just begun to explore the stars beyond their home system. They were still small compared to the great fleets of the Galactic Alliance. Their ships were simple, slower, and fewer than most alien races. Yet humans were curious, brave, and full of ideas. They had built ships quickly, learned to travel long distances, and mapped nearby star systems with care. They did not have years of interstellar experience like some alien races, but they had something else, a determination that could not be measured by engines or weapons. Ethan Brooks, a calm and careful man, walked through the human council chamber. His uniform was plain but neat. He carried reports in his hands and listened as humans discussed their next move in the alliance. Beside him, Maya Lewis, a young scientist, adjusted her glasses and looked over data on a tablet. She had worked for years on human sensors and ships, and she believed that humans could survive anything if they planned well. Today was the first meeting with the Velkari. The Velkari were a proud alien race, tall with shining scales and long limbs. They moved gracefully, but their eyes were sharp and cold. They had already earned a reputation across the galaxy for mocking other races. They enjoyed showing strength, and they had never seen humans in space before. The human council chamber opened onto a massive hall where delegates from many alien races had gathered. The walls glowed softly with holographic stars. The air was quiet except for the low hum of energy fields. Ethan and Maya took their seats while the Velkari leader strode in. His name was Rakshan, and he moved with the pride of a hunter who had never failed. He looked at the humans and smiled, a smile that did not reach his eyes. "Humans," Rakshan said in a voice that carried across the hall, "we welcome you to the Galactic Council. Though I must admit it is amusing to see your kind here. Your ships are tiny, your weapons are small, your history is short." He laughed and the sound echoed through the chamber. Many alien delegates chuckled quietly. Ethan sat silently. He did not frown, he did not answer. He only watched Rakshan carefully. He had learned that speaking first was sometimes a mistake. Patience could be more powerful than words. Maya whispered to him, "They think we are weak. They are underestimating us." Ethan nodded slightly. He understood. Humans had survived worse than ridicule. They had survived natural disasters, wars, and harsh worlds. The Velkari had no idea what humans were capable of. Rakshan continued, walking slowly before the human delegation. "Your kind has barely left your system, yet you believe you belong here. Tell me, Ethan Brooks, what makes you think you can sit among races that have sailed the stars for centuries?" Ethan cleared his throat. "We have learned fast. We have adapted. And we wish to cooperate with the Alliance." "Adapted," Rakshan said, raising his long eyebrow. "You may survive storms on a small planet, but can you survive the storms of space? Can your fragile ships withstand a true test?" Maya spoke quietly. "We can survive more than you expect." Rakshan's laugh was sharp. "We will see, little human, we will see. For now, enjoy your seat. But remember, in this galaxy, patience is rare. Strength is everything." He turned and left the hall, his scales glinting under the lights. The human delegation remained quiet. Ethan looked at Maya. "They will push," he said. "They want to see fear. They will not stop until we react. We must not give them that." Maya nodded. "We can show them strength in our own way." After the meeting, humans returned to their ships in the nearby dock. The station was alive with lights, engineers, and scientists. Nate Carter, a clever engineer with dark hair, ran simulations of the Velkari ships. "They rely too much on shields," he said. "They do not maneuver well in close combat. If we design ships that can move fast and strike precisely, we can fight them without losing much." Ethan watched the reports come in. He was careful not to show anger. Humans had the advantage of thinking differently. Where the Velkari relied on strength and fear, humans relied on planning and endurance. They would need both in the future. Maya worked late into the night, analyzing alien patterns and energy signatures. She found small flaws in the Velkari designs. "They are cocky," she said quietly. "They do not notice their weaknesses." Ethan spoke to the human council again. "We will not fight today," he said. "We will learn, we will prepare, we will survive. And when the time comes, we will show them what humans can do." Over the next weeks, the Velkari continued to mock humans. Their patrols flew near human trade routes, firing warning shots at small cargo ships. They wanted humans to appear scared. Humans recorded every attack, every move, every signal. Alia Morgan, a young data analyst, worked tirelessly to catalog the events. She was small, with bright eyes and quick hands. "We are building a record," she said. "Every mistake they make, every weakness, we see it all." The humans did not panic. They did not strike back immediately. They built defenses quietly, moved fleets into better formations, and trained boarding crews. They repaired ships and designed new ones based on their observations. They worked as a team. The Velkari, believing humans were weak, became bolder. Rakshan sent larger fleets to test human defenses. Each time, humans observed, avoided unnecessary fights, and collected information. Ethan briefed his crews calmly. "Stay focused. Stay together. Do not be drawn into anger. Our time will come." One day, a Velkari patrol tried to block a human convoy. The Velkari ships moved aggressively, their engines glowing with power. Human ships formed a protective line, shields ready. The Velkari fired, but the shots were slow and predictable. Human crews moved with precision, dodging fire while protecting the cargo. The Velkari grew frustrated, their attacks uncoordinated. Maya watched the screens. "They do not understand strategy," she said. "They only know power. They cannot see patience." Ethan nodded. "Humans survive because we endure. They think endurance is weakness. It is not." For many weeks, humans strengthened their systems, trained their people, and quietly prepared. They studied alien behavior, communication patterns, and weaknesses. Their crews grew confident in their skills. Engineers built better weapons and faster engines. Analysts predicted enemy moves. Humans were ready, though the Velkari did not know it. In one quiet moment, Ethan walked through the shipyard with Maya and Nate. The station floated in silence, stars around them. "They are cocky," Ethan said. "They will make mistakes," Nate smiled. "And we will be ready." Maya added, "They think they are clever. They have no idea how patient we can be." Ethan looked at the stars and thought of the battles to come. Humans were small in the galaxy, but they had one advantage. They were unpredictable. The Velkari believed humans would be frightened, weak, and easy to control. They were wrong. Humans would not scream in fear. Humans would wait. And when the time came, humans would strike in a way the Velkari never imagined. The first part of the story ended with the human ships quietly moving through space, engines glowing softly, crews alert but calm, watching the stars and watching the Velkari. They waited, they learned, and one day the galaxy would see that humans were more than they seemed. The Velkari still laughed at the humans, still thought them weak, and still showed arrogance. But behind human eyes there was fire. Behind human minds there were plans. And soon the price for mocking humans would be paid. Humans returned to their stations and ships quietly. They did not boast. They did not complain. They only worked. Captain Lucas Grant walked through the hangars, watching crews repair ships, test engines, and calibrate weapons. He was a tall man, calm and serious. He spoke to the engineers with respect, not orders. "Check every system twice," he said. "We may be small, but we must be ready for anything." Nate Carter worked in the engineering bay, his hands moving quickly over wires and controls. He adjusted weapon systems and tested shields. "The Velkari think speed is power," he said. "We will prove that precision is better." Maya Lewis stayed in the command room, watching alien communications and fleet movements. She noticed small mistakes in Velkari patrols, patterns that no other race had spotted. "They are sloppy," she told Ethan Brooks. Their arrogance blinds them. We can use that. Ethan nodded. We will. We wait, we learn, and when the time comes, we strike in the right way. Never panic. Never fight when it is not necessary. Humans built small teams for boarding operations, scouting missions, and intelligence gathering. They trained together, running drills repeatedly until every crew member knew every move. No one spoke of revenge. They spoke of duty, of survival, of protecting humans across space. The Velkari, meanwhile, grew bolder. They fired on trade convoys near human colonies, thinking humans would panic. A convoy carrying medical supplies to a colony called Eden's Rest was intercepted by a Velkari patrol. The aliens fired warning blasts, cutting through empty space near the cargo ships. The human pilots did not respond with rage. They moved in formation, shields active, engines steady. Ethan observed the mission from the command center. His voice was calm. Do not fire unless necessary. Keep formation and protect the convoy. The human ships dodged attacks and the Velkari grew frustrated. They fired repeatedly, trying to hit something, anything. But human crews had trained for this. They moved in patterns no alien expected, small adjustments, careful maneuvers. The convoy reached the colony safely, while the Velkari patrol returned with no victory to claim. Alia Morgan recorded everything. She cataloged alien movements, energy use, and mistakes. Every attack is a lesson, she said. Every weakness is a chance for us. Humans were patient. They repaired ships quickly, trained crews efficiently, and studied the Velkari with care. They designed new weapons that worked differently from anything the Velkari had seen. Small, fast strike ships could disable engines without destroying vessels. Boarding teams could take control of ships quickly. Humans worked in silence, always learning. Nate Carter showed Ethan a new ship design. Look at this, he said. It is smaller than their ships, but it can move faster in tight space and strike where their shields are weak. One small crew can disable a large vessel. Ethan studied the plans. Good. We cannot fight like them. We must fight like us. Precise, controlled, smart. Never angry, never reckless. Maya added, we also need better scanners. If we can predict their moves, we can stay ahead. They think humans are predictable, but we are not. Over weeks, humans quietly strengthened their position. Fleets were repaired, weapons tested, crews trained, strategies practiced. They did not announce it to the Velkari or the Council. They waited for the right time. The Velkari, believing humans were scared, increased their attacks. Small skirmishes occurred near human colonies. They destroyed unarmed cargo ships and tried to intimidate humans. Still, humans did not respond with anger. They recorded every event, every attack, and studied the aliens. On one mission, a small human strike team led by Captain Lucas Grant intercepted a Velkari reconnaissance ship. The humans did not destroy it. They disabled its engines and communications, then returned it to human space. The Velkari were furious when the ship returned undamaged. Ethan watched the reports calmly. They will learn, he said, but only when the time is right. Maya noticed patterns in Velkari movements. Their patrols always take the same path, she said. They rely on numbers and power, not strategy. We can use that, Nate added, and their shields drop at predictable intervals. We can time our attacks perfectly. Humans ran simulations. Every possible scenario was tested. Boarding teams practiced over and over, moving through mock-ups of Velkari ships. Engineers adjusted weapons and engines, always looking for improvements. Humans were small and quiet, but they were becoming efficient and strong. Ethan spoke to the Human Council again. We do not seek war, he said. We seek survival and respect. The Velkari think we are weak. We are not. We will wait, watch, and when the time comes, we will act decisively, not out of anger but out of necessity. Maya, Ethan, and Nate stayed late in the command room one night. The stars outside the station were calm and endless. They are arrogant, Maya said. They will make mistakes. And we will be ready, Nate replied. We are humans, we endure, we adapt, we survive. Ethan looked at them both. This is why humans have a chance. Not because we are bigger or stronger, but because we do not panic. We see what others do not see. We strike when it matters. The Velkhari continued their arrogance. They sent larger fleets, hoping humans would submit. They expected fear, but humans remained calm. Fleets moved slowly, deliberately, protecting trade ships and colonies. Engineers and scientists worked side by side with pilots and soldiers. The humans became a quiet, efficient machine, prepared for the moment when the Velkhari would overreach. Alia Morgan compiled reports of every attack. She noticed small patterns that others might miss. Their mistakes are consistent, she said. They underestimate patience. They rely on power, but they do not anticipate endurance. Ethan studied her data. Good. We learn everything. We prepare everything. We are patient, but we are not weak. On a bright morning at Eden's Rest, a Velkhari fleet appeared near the planet, expecting the humans to panic. Instead, human defense ships moved into formation. Captain Lucas Grant led the fleet with precision. The Velkhari fired first, confident they would overwhelm the human line. But the humans moved calmly. They dodged energy blasts, used small strikes to disable enemy engines, and protected the colony. Velkhari crews were shocked. Their power and arrogance were useless against patience and strategy. Humans did not scream, did not panic, did not react recklessly. They moved with purpose and precision. Maya monitored the battle. They do not understand, she said. They rely on anger, on pride. Humans are not ruled by anger. We see, we plan, we act. The Velkhari retreated after failing to harm the colony. Their arrogance was shaken, but they did not understand the lesson. Humans had not fought with anger, only with patience and skill. Ethan addressed the crew after the retreat. Today we survived. Today we learned. We are small, but we are capable. Never let anyone think we are weak. Our time will come, and when it does, they will pay the price for underestimating humans. Nate smiled at the command room. We are ready for the next step. We can improve faster than they can react. They are cocky, and that is their weakness. Maya looked out at the stars. We are ready, patient, precise, and smart. They do not expect it. One day they will. Humans continued to work quietly, strengthening their fleets, training crews, and preparing for the future. The Velkhari were loud and cocky, showing power without thinking. Humans were small and quiet, preparing in silence. The galaxy did not yet see their strength, but it would. Ethan walked alone in the hangar one night, watching stars through the windows. He thought about the Velkhari, about the arrogance of a race that believed they were superior. He thought about human crews, trained, ready, patient. They will pay the price, he said softly. Not with anger, not with fear, but with skill and endurance. They will see humans are not weak. And so humans waited. They prepared. They studied. The Velkhari continued to mock, to attack, and to believe they were strong. Humans endured, adapted, and learned. Patience was their weapon, knowledge their shield, and precision their sword. When the time came, the Velkhari would realize that underestimating humans was a mistake they would never forget. For now, humans worked quietly. They repaired ships, trained crews, and studied the stars. The galaxy moved on, unaware of the quiet storm growing among human fleets. The Velkhari laughed, but humans only watched and waited. Their strength was silent, their patience unbroken, and their preparation meticulous. Soon, the cocky aliens would learn that humans were not to be mocked. They would learn the price of arrogance. And when the first strike came, it would not be anger but calculated precision. It would be humans showing the galaxy that small, quiet, patient beings could stand against the loudest and proudest. And survive the humans had grown stronger, though the Velkhari did not yet know it. The aliens still believed that humans were weak, small, and easy to scare. They had laughed at human patience, mocked their simple ships, and attacked their trade routes, expecting fear. But humans had learned, adapted, and waited. And now, the moment had come for the first real test. A Velkari fleet appeared near human space unexpectedly. It was larger than any the humans had seen before, and it moved with confidence. The fleet's engines glowed red, and long, sharp ships lined up in formation. Captain Lucas Grant stood on the bridge of the flagship, looking at the approaching enemy. His calm blue eyes did not show fear. Instead, they reflected focus and careful calculation. "They want to see us panic," he said to his officers. "We will not give them that." Maya Lewis nodded. "We know their weaknesses. Their shields drop at predictable intervals. Their engines overheat if pushed too long. We have planned for this." Nate Carter added, "And our ships can move faster in tight formations. If we strike carefully, we can disable many of their engines before they can respond properly." Ethan Brooks, watching from the command room, spoke with quiet authority. "We do not fight to destroy. We fight to survive and to show them we are not weak. Strike precisely, stay together, protect each other. Patience is our greatest weapon." As the Velkari fleet approached, they opened fire first. Long energy beams sliced through space, aiming at human ships. Many human crews moved quickly, dodging the blasts. Their shields absorbed some of the fire, and small adjustments in their positions allowed them to avoid the worst hits. The aliens were confident, expecting human panic, but human pilots stayed calm. "Engage precision strike teams," Lucas ordered. Small groups of human ships separated from the main line. Their engines flared as they moved swiftly toward the Velkari ships. They targeted engine ports, shield generators, and weapon systems, hitting exactly where needed. The Velkari shields flickered under the careful attacks. Maya monitored every movement. "They are confused," she said. "They cannot predict our speed or direction. Their formation is breaking." Alia Morgan, the data analyst, tracked energy outputs. "Their weapons are overheating," she said. "If we push carefully, many of their ships will lose power soon." The humans had prepared for boarding operations. Small teams, trained for months, moved toward disabled Velkari ships. They used magnetic grapples to attach their ships and then entered the alien vessels through weakened hull points. Human crews were quick and precise. They moved through corridors efficiently, taking control without unnecessary violence. The Velkari crew, shocked and panicked, had no choice but to surrender. "They are not fighting with anger," one Velkari pilot said quietly over comms. "They are controlled, precise, careful." Lucas Grant watched his screens. "Keep formation, keep calm. Take what we need and return." Human ships moved together, protecting one another and supporting boarding teams. They did not destroy unnecessarily. They acted as one unit, coordinated and efficient. Maya leaned over a console. "They will retreat. Their arrogance is failing." Indeed, the Velkari fleet, seeing engines disabled and crews captured, began a slow and confused withdrawal. They fired sporadically, but their shots were uncoordinated. The human crews protected each other, and the retreating aliens could not escape without losses. Ethan spoke to the command crew. "This is what patience and planning do. They expected chaos. They expected fear. We gave them calm and precision. This is the first lesson." The humans returned their captured ships to human space safely. The aliens were unharmed, but their pride was broken. The Velkari were not used to an enemy who fought without anger, who moved as one mind, and who acted with patience. Maya smiled at the screen. "They think humans are simple. They cannot see our strategy. We are not weak," Nate added, "and our engineers and crews have trained faster than they expected. Every small ship can now handle what used to take a fleet. We are unpredictable." The Council of the Galactic Alliance watched reports of the battle in shock. Many alien races had assumed humans were weak and emotional. Now, they saw humans win without rage or destruction. It was not force alone that had defeated the Velkari fleet. It was coordination, observation, and endurance. "This is just the beginning," Ethan said quietly to Lucas. "They will test us more, But now others see humans can survive. The Velkari returned to their own space, confused and angry. Rakshan, their leader, did not understand how humans had managed to fight so effectively. He had expected a panicked response, chaos, maybe even surrender. Instead, he saw humans calmly disable ships, capture crews, and protect colonies. The arrogance that had driven him now turned to doubt. Back on the human station, crews celebrated quietly. They repaired minor damage, analyzed enemy tactics, and trained for the next encounter. The lesson was clear. Humans could survive against larger, stronger, and cockier forces, and they could do it without anger. Maya reviewed data from the battle. Their attacks are predictable. We can anticipate them next time. Patience gives us the advantage. Lucas walked through the hangar speaking to pilots. Remember today, we did not fight with anger, we fought with skill. When they return, we will be ready, stronger, smarter, faster. Nate added to the engineers, every failure they make, every flaw we study. That is our true power. Ethan gathered the command officers. They will underestimate us again. They always do, but we will not panic. We will act when the time is right. This is how humans survive and win. Patience and preparation are more powerful than brute force. The humans repaired their ships and prepared for the next encounter. They trained boarding teams, updated engines, tested weapons, and ran simulations for every possible scenario. They strengthened communication, coordination, and strategy. Alia Morgan compiled all the reports and simulations. Every move they make is a lesson. Every mistake becomes our advantage. Patience is our weapon. Planning is our shield. The Velkari did not yet realize the full strength of the humans. They had been embarrassed, but they still believed humans could be controlled. They did not yet see that humans prepared silently, learned quickly, and struck with precision. The lesson had begun, but it was far from complete. Lucas Grant spoke to his crews. The first surprise is done. We are ready for the next. We survived because we acted together. We protected our own. Remember that. Every small action matters. Every decision matters. Do not fight in anger. Fight with your mind, with skill, and with patience. Ethan stood at the command console. This battle will be remembered, but more importantly, it will guide us. We are small. We are underestimated, but we are dangerous when prepared. Patience is our strength. Precision is our sword. Maya and Nate watched the stars outside the station. They do not expect us, Maya said. They think humans are simple. We are not. Nate smiled. We are unpredictable, patient, and ready. The next time they attack, they will pay the price. Humans repaired minor damages, trained, and prepared quietly. No one celebrated loudly. No one bragged. Every crew member knew the importance of preparation and patience. They studied alien tactics, analyzed weaknesses, and refined strategies. The Velkari fleet had retreated, but humans knew this was only the beginning. Larger attacks would come, and the aliens would try to force fear and chaos. But humans were calm, prepared, and united. They had proven that size and arrogance were no match for patience, planning, and precision. Ethan spoke once more to the command crew. We have survived the first surprise. We have learned. We have protected our own. The next time they attack, we will strike with even greater efficiency. Patience is our weapon, knowledge is our shield, and preparation is our sword. The humans looked at the stars, calm but ready. The Velkari had underestimated them, and the galaxy had begun to see that humans were not weak. Small, quiet, patient, and precise, humans could survive anything. And somewhere far away, the Velkari leader Rakshan realized for the first time that humans were not to be mocked. They were not simple, they were not weak, and the price for arrogance would grow higher with each encounter. Humans had learned. Humans had survived. And the first surprise battle had proven one thing: patience, preparation, and precision could overcome even the loudest, strongest, and cockiest enemies. The Velkari had only begun to see the power of the human way. The Velkari were angry. Their fleets had been embarrassed, their arrogance shaken, and their pride hurt. Rakshan, their leader, demanded a full attack on human space to teach them a lesson. He believed humans were still weak, slow, and unprepared for the full strength of his forces. But he did not understand what patience and planning could do. Ethan Brooks watched the incoming reports from the command center. "They are gathering a large fleet," he said calmly. "They think size and power will intimidate us. They do not realize that humans prepare quietly and strike with precision." Lucas Grant, standing beside him, nodded. "We will be ready. This is why we trained, planned, and waited. They are cocky, and that is their weakness." Maya Lewis reviewed scans of the Velkari ships. "Their engines will overheat if we push them into long maneuvers. Their shields fail at predictable times. Their communication is centralized. If we strike carefully, we can control the battle before it begins." Nate Carter was already adjusting weapon systems and fleet formations. "We will not fight like they expect," he said. "We will fight like humans, precise, coordinated, patient. Every strike counts." The human fleets moved quietly into defensive positions near critical trade routes and colonies. Ships were repaired, weapons tested, and crews trained. Boarding teams were ready for close encounters, but no one acted hastily. Every move was calculated, every step rehearsed. Alia Morgan monitored the alien fleet from her consoles. "They are confident," she said. "They believe humans will panic. They are sending the largest fleet we have seen." Ethan smiled slightly. "Let them come. Arrogance will be their downfall." The Velkari fleet approached with engines blazing and weapons charged. Their ships moved with precision, confident in their numbers and power. They fired warning blasts near human colonies, hoping to scare civilians and provoke human fleets into mistakes. Lucas Grant calmly ordered his ships into formation. "Hold fire unless necessary, protect civilians, disable their engines when the moment is right." Maya observed the enemy carefully. "Their formation is rigid, predictable. They rely on power, not strategy. We can exploit this." As the Velkari fired full-energy blasts at human lines, human crews dodged with careful maneuvers. Shields absorbed some damage, and engines adjusted to avoid major hits. The aliens were shocked to see no panic, no retreat, only calm coordination. Small strike teams moved in, targeting key points on the Velkari ships. Engines, shields, and weapon systems were disabled with precision. Boarding crews attached to weakened ships quickly moved inside, taking control efficiently. The Velkari crew panicked, unprepared for such disciplined resistance. Maya watched the battle unfold on the screens. "They cannot predict us. Every attack we make is controlled. They are losing power and focus." Alia compiled reports rapidly. "Central communication hubs are vulnerable. If we disrupt them, their entire fleet coordination will collapse." Ethan gave his orders calmly. "Prepare the disruption teams. Target their hubs. Precision only. Avoid unnecessary destruction." This is a lesson in patience and skill, not anger. Human ships moved with speed and accuracy. Strike teams disabled engines, shut down shields, and neutralized weapon systems. Boarding crews took control of several ships, holding Velkari prisoners safely. Aliens had expected chaos, but humans were controlled, precise, and coordinated. Rakshan's fleet began to falter. His larger ships moved too slowly to protect the smaller ones. Engines overheated, and shield systems began to fail. Communication disruptions caused confusion. The aliens fired randomly, but their shots missed human formations. Lucas Grant ordered a coordinated push. "All teams move in pairs, support each other, disable remaining engines, protect civilians, strike precisely." Human ships moved like a single organism. Engines flared, weapons fired with accuracy, and boarding crews worked efficiently. The Velkari were forced to retreat in disorder, leaving several disabled ships behind. Human crews repaired minor damages quickly and rescued alien prisoners with care. Maya observed the Velkari retreat. Their arrogance has blinded them. Every move they made is now a disadvantage. Patience wins again. Ethan spoke to the command crew. We did not fight out of anger. We did not seek revenge. We fought to survive and to show them that arrogance has a price. Today, they see the strength of humans in calm, careful action. Alia Morgan compiled a full report of the battle. Their central hubs are lost, engines disabled, communication disrupted. If they regroup, they will be weaker next time. Nate Carter smiled at the data, and our crews are ready for any next step. Every strike teaches us more. Every battle improves us. The Velkari, humiliated, retreated to their home system. Rakshan could not understand why humans had not panicked, why they had fought so efficiently, and why they had protected alien prisoners. Pride had led the Velkari to believe humans were weak, and now their fleet was in chaos. Ethan spoke again to the human command officers. We showed them that arrogance has a cost. We prepared, we waited, we struck with precision. This is how humans survive and gain respect. Patience is our weapon, preparation is our shield, and careful action is our sword. Lucas Grant addressed his fleet. Remember every moment of today. Coordination, protection, precision. This is what makes us strong. Never panic, never fight recklessly. Patience and planning will win battles where brute force cannot. Maya looked at the stars outside the station. They think they are strong, but strength without strategy fails. We are patient and we learn. They do not see it yet, but they will. Alia nodded. Their arrogance is their weakness. Every mistake becomes our advantage. We continue to learn, we continue to improve. Nate added, and the next battle will be even better. We are faster, stronger, and smarter because of today. They cannot predict humans. Human crews repaired ships and trained for weeks after the battle. They studied alien tactics, adjusted weapons and engines, and ran simulations for any possible attack. Boarding teams trained on captured Velkari ships. Engineers developed more efficient engines and precise weapon systems. Ethan watched his teams calmly. We have taught the first lesson. Patience and skill overcome arrogance. We must continue to prepare, continue to learn, and remain calm. The Velkari think they can control us, but they are wrong. Maya reviewed simulations with Lucas. They will return, but next time they will face an even more coordinated fleet. They cannot imagine our preparation. Lucas nodded. We will strike carefully, efficiently, and protect our own. Their arrogance blinds them. They do not see our strength in planning, patience, and coordination. Alia added, every record we make, every battle we observe strengthens us. We do not fight out of anger, but for survival and respect. The Velkari would return, but they would never forget the lesson humans had taught. Pride, arrogance, and overconfidence had led to their defeat. Humans had fought calmly, efficiently, and with precision. Patience had won where raw power failed. Ethan spoke to his officers one last time. This is only the beginning. We prepare for the future. We fight with skill, patience, and intelligence. We are humans. We survive, we adapt, and we endure. They will learn that mocking humans comes with a price. Human fleets remained on high alert, but they were calm. Ships were repaired, crews trained, and strategies refined. The Velkari had learned that humans were not to be underestimated. The galaxy had seen that patience and preparation could overcome arrogance and power. Lucas Grant smiled at the command room. We are ready for whatever comes next. They will return, but this time we will be even stronger. Maya looked at the stars, bright and endless. They mocked us, attacked us, and thought we were weak. We showed them that humans endure. We strike with patience, precision, and care. Their arrogance is their weakness, and we will continue to use it. Alia nodded. The next battle will teach them even more. They will learn the cost of underestimating humans. Nate added, and humans will survive and grow stronger every time. Patience wins, planning wins, preparation wins. Ethan looked at the stars through the window. They will return thinking they can scare us. They will not see what comes. We are humans. We endure. We prepare. And when the time comes, they will pay the price for their arrogance. The Velkari had learned humility, though slowly. Humans had grown stronger, more coordinated, and more precise. Patience, skill, and preparation had turned the first great battle into a lesson the Velkari would never forget. Human fleets returned to stations, ready for the next challenge, calm, disciplined, and united. The galaxy began to see that humans were not to be mocked. Small, patient, and precise, humans could survive even the strongest fleets. Arrogance had a price, and humans were teaching it one step at a time. And somewhere in the Velkari fleet, Rakshan realized that humans were not simple, not weak, and not to be controlled. Patience, planning, and precision had defeated him. The price for arrogance had only begun. The Velkari were desperate. Their fleets were weakened, their pride shattered, and their leaders frustrated. Rakshan could not understand why humans had survived every attack, struck with precision, and remained calm while protecting even captured Velkari crews. The humans had proven that patience and preparation were more powerful than anger or raw force. Ethan Brooks watched the incoming reports calmly from the human command center. "They are gathering for one last attempt," he said. "This time, they want total control, but they will fail. We are ready." Lucas Grant studied the fleet movements on the main screen. "They do not understand us. They think size will win. They do not see that humans fight together, think carefully, and never panic." Maya Lewis analyzed every signal, every ship, every energy pattern. "We can predict their moves," she said. "Their formation is strong but predictable. Their arrogance blinds them to what we can do." Nate Carter adjusted weapons and engines, checking every system multiple times. "This is our moment," he said. "We fight carefully, protect our own, and strike precisely. We are humans. We survive." Alia Morgan monitored alien communications. "They are desperate. They will take risks, make mistakes, and overextend. Patience and planning will be our advantage." The human fleets moved into defensive positions near key colonies and trade routes. Every ship was repaired, weapons calibrated, and crews trained to perfection. Boarding teams were ready for any scenario. Humans did not shout, they did not panic, they only prepared. Rakshan launched the largest fleet yet. Engines flared, weapons charged, and ships moved in perfect formation. He expected humans to panic, to make mistakes, and to surrender. He underestimated the patience and skill of the human crews. Lucas Grant addressed his fleet. "Stay calm, stay together, protect civilians. Strike with precision, patience is our weapon, every move counts." Maya observed the enemy. "Their central hubs are vulnerable, their engines overheat quickly, their weapons have limits. We control the battle if we act carefully." Ethan gave his final orders. "No reckless attacks, no anger, protect our own, disable their ships where it matters. Precision and patience will win the day." As the Velkari opened fire, human ships moved with careful maneuvers. Shields absorbed minor damage, engines adjusted, and crews responded with calm skill. Strike teams separated from the main fleet to target critical points. Engines, shields, and weapon systems were hit precisely. Boarding crews attached to weakened ships moved inside. Velkari crews panicked, but humans took control efficiently and safely. No unnecessary violence was used. The Velkari were shocked to see humans act with care, protecting prisoners even while disabling enemy ships. Maya watched the battle unfold. "They cannot predict us. Every move we make is precise. Every attack disables their ability to fight effectively." Alia compiled reports. "Their central command ships are overloaded, engines failing, communication disrupted. The fleet is in chaos." Ethan spoke calmly to the command crew. "We do not fight to destroy. We fight to survive, to protect, and to show them that arrogance has a cost. This is the final lesson." Strike teams moved again, disabling remaining engines. Human crews coordinated perfectly, covering each other and rescuing captured aliens. The Velkari were forced to retreat, leaving the majority of their fleet disabled. Rakshan had no choice but to surrender to avoid total loss. Lucas Grant addressed the fleet. "We have protected our colonies. We have disabled their power. They cannot win today. Precision, patience, and protection of our own have carried us through." Maya added, "They thought humans were weak. They were wrong. Our patience, planning, and preparation defeated them." Alia nodded. "Every mistake they made became our advantage. Arrogance has a cost, and today they learned it fully." Ethan prepared a message to the Galactic Council. "The Velkari surrender. Humans fought with skill and patience, not rage. They must respect us. This is our victory and our message to the galaxy. Never underestimate humans." Rakshan's surrender was formal. He lowered his flag and acknowledged human authority. "We misjudged your kind," he said bitterly. "We see now that arrogance blinds the mind." "Humans are stronger than we expected," Ethan responded calmly. "Strength is not only in power, it is in preparation, patience, and careful action. Arrogance can be dangerous when you underestimate others." The Human Council celebrated quietly. Ships were repaired, crews honored, and prisoners returned safely. No one boasted loudly. The humans had earned respect through action, not words. Lucas Grant spoke to his fleet. "Today, we proved our strength, not with anger or cruelty, but with skill, patience, and care. Remember every lesson. This is how humans survive in space." Maya looked out at the stars. "They thought humans were weak. They were wrong. We are patient, precise, and prepared. They will never underestimate us again." Alia added, "Every battle teaches us. Every challenge strengthens us. Arrogance is dangerous when facing humans." Nate smiled. "We are ready for anything now, prepared, skilled, and calm. Patience wins, preparation wins, precision wins." Ethan spoke to the command officers one last time. "Humans endure, we survive. We protect our own, and we do not act recklessly. The Velkari have learned their lesson. The galaxy has seen the power of patience and preparation. We are humans, and we will continue to rise." The Velkari fleets were sent home, humbled and weaker than before. Rakshan could not forget the efficiency, skill, and calm of human crews. Arrogance had led his race to defeat, and humans had shown that respect and caution were more powerful than fear or force. Human fleets repaired, trained, and strengthened further. Trade routes and colonies were protected. Boarding teams studied captured ships. Engineers developed better engines and weapons. Scientists observed alien behavior. Humans did not stop growing stronger. Ethan, Lucas, Maya, Nate, and Alia stood on the command deck watching the stars. "We have survived," Ethan said softly. "We have protected our own. We have taught a lesson that will not be forgotten." Lucas nodded. "We did not fight with anger. We fought with skill. We won with patience and precision." Maya smiled. "They thought they could control us. They thought humans were weak. Now the galaxy knows the truth." Alia added, "We protect life, we prepare, we endure. Arrogance has a price, and we showed it." Nate said quietly, "Humans are ready for the future. We are small, patient, and precise. No one will underestimate us again." Ethan looked at the stars, endless and calm. "We are humans. We survive, we adapt, and we endure." The Velkari learned the cost of arrogance. And the galaxy will remember that humans are not to be mocked, not to be underestimated, and not to be controlled. The human fleets returned to stations, ready for the next challenge. Their crews were calm, disciplined, and united. The galaxy began to see that humans could survive anything. Small, patient, and precise, humans could face the strongest fleets and still prevail. Rakshan realized too late that mocking humans had been a mistake. Patience, planning, and skill had defeated him. Arrogance had a cost. Humans had won respect, protection, and a place in the galaxy not through power alone, but through endurance, preparation, and precision. Humans had survived the greatest challenge so far. The Velkari surrendered fully. The Alliance recognized humans as equals, worthy of respect. The story of patience, preparation, and precision spread across space. Humans were no longer seen as weak newcomers. They were calm, strong, and dangerous when pushed. Ethan spoke once more to his officers. This is the end of one battle and the beginning of many lessons. Humans survive, adapt, and endure. Patience is our weapon. Preparation is our shield. Skill and precision are our sword. The galaxy will never forget it. And so humans continued to grow. Colonies prospered. Fleets repaired and expanded. New generations trained, learning patience and precision. The Velkari never forgot their defeat, and other races learned to respect humans. Arrogance had a price, and humans had taught it carefully, calmly, and without cruelty. The galaxy had changed. Humans had proven themselves. Small, patient, and precise, they had survived, protected their own, and earned respect. They were no longer underestimated. They were humans, and they would endure forever.